the nomadic journey continues. So we got custom meat cutting solved. Black Mountain Custom Meat Cutters in Kelowna, BC. Most beautiful place on earth, one of them. He's ready to go. He's super dialed. He gets it. He's, the most butchers are outside the matrix, boys. They get it. In fact, I have to explain where you're at to them. They don't. I have to explain, like, some of these guys are living in condominiums in Vancouver and they're trying to get dialed. They're trying to get carnivored out. They want to get their body fat to a level they're proud of. And the best strategy to do that is with BC beef. It's clean, comes from unpolluted valleys. They live in our mountains, these beef cows. They live on top of topsoil in our cleanest valleys. So we want to eat them. We want to take their strength and utilize it in our own bodies. We want to upcycle our own meat. When you cut through enough beef, you get it. That's kind of one of the reasons I don't eat a lot of chicken. So that's what we want to do. That's, ideally, we want these cows killed humanely. And I'm going to be visiting a kill yard in Grinrod, where I went to elementary school. So we're excited about that trip. I got to arrange that still. Because I think for the most part, from what I've seen, I grew up on farms and I grew up on dairy farms and beef farms. For the absolute most part, it's a peaceful operation. These cows live peaceful, good lives. I can vouch for that and attest to it. Because I've seen it and I know the people involved. And yeah, there's bad apples as there is in every human endeavor. And it takes strong men to exclude bad apples. And that's what I would always do if I saw poor behavior exhibited on cows. And I would never stand for that, because we want the meat killed calm and clean. We want it raised clean, killed calm. That's what carnivore is. And that's how we get the most value delivered to the plate. And ideally, you want to be cutting through the same cow over the course of 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, 120, 365, right out into, I'm into year 3 of carnivore, and I could not be happier. And the diet grows and it expands and it compounds. It compounds as dense muscle on our skeleton. It compounds as healthy joints on our skeleton. And it gives us better skin. It allows us to leave sunscreen. And it's a whole journey. And it's also a journey of delicacies, because, we occasionally eat turkey and we eat wild meats whenever we can get them, if we're good hunters. For sure, we can expand and we can have, I know there's bros out there with probably $15,000 of wild meats in their freezers, right? Some guys are very rich in quality meat, and everybody has to start somewhere. So where do we start? Well, you got a freezer. So, get a month's supply in that freezer and try to get organs in there and try to get, so if, if the power went out in downtown Vancouver for 30 days, we know it probably won't, because the BC electrical bros are super dialed, and girls too, I know, do that job. Mostly guys. They're up there running our hydro dams, working for BC Hydro. Boys, our meat is going to keep. So put it in your freezer. You put 30 days of meat in your freezer. You could live off that for 6 months in a stretch. You could get so lean doing it. You could get so dialed doing it. You could put muscle on your frame if you want to eat lots of steak every day. Easy, I've done it. You can dive through it, and you can buy yourself a beautiful knife and a beautiful cast iron pan and cook it over gas in your apartment. Ideally, you can cook the best steaks in the world with that method. You get pretty good with a knife too as you get better with it. kind of ups your manhood game on that level. Like, you don't want to fight me with a 6-inch knife in my hand, and I'm no butcher yet, although I'm starting, because I'm looking to increase my own carnivore professionalism, right? And that's what Carnivore Base Agency is. We have projects launching all throughout the year. We've got beef boxes that I'm working on right now, trying to get 5 head of cattle right into the butchers right now and increase our own supply chain of beef, so we can deliver my core group of carnivore bros. We want to deliver you, give you access to the most dialed meats on the planet every day. Every day. And occasionally a wide variety of beautiful meats like pork and lamb. Sure, like carnivore, you're going to eat the best. That's it. The absolute best every day. Unless you want to get dialed and you're going to fast for a couple days. That's how it works. So yeah, we're going to do, and we want to deliver that in the most complete package possible. We're going to have meat boxes, but they're going to have protocols on paper inside of them. The meat box comes and you get dialed on carnivore at the same time. You can include a box, you can include a membership in our rarefied members only meat club. That's going to be a beautiful thing. It's going to give you access to everything from freezers to scales to knives to cutting boards to lavender creams to cannabis strains. Prestige worldwide, fellas, right? As we get dialed out on carnivore, and why not? That's what it's all about. As I drive through Naramata, drive through Penticton into Naramata, you know, I'm so proud about the agricultural industry in BC. Something I've gotten to know quite deeply in the last few years. You know, who's the guy out there who's going to start producing BC distilled water? Water is a big thing right now, and it's not being marketed properly. You know, distilled water, and we can infuse it so we can drink, because nobody wants to drink alcohol anymore, but goddamn, give me a fritzy water drink that gets me dialed again, more dialed. It's become my life, 24/7, 365, 50 to 0. That's the numbers that I work on in my business. You know, I evangelize 365 days a year. I live carnivore 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I'm committed to this mission to live outside the matrix and live off the land and get dialed for our communities and live as examples as men. I'm committed to this mission for the next 50 years if God gives it to me. And at some point I'm going to 0 like all of us are, right? We know that. But in the meantime, if I can build we talk about generational wealth. Let's start talking about generational health. I pray that I get to live as a Comanche warrior in 1700. If I can have the physique as a Comanche warrior, pretend I'm a Comanche warrior in 1700. All right. We got 30 million buffaloes spread upon me on the plains, and I got a horse. I got a whole bunch of them because I'm me. So I can go wherever I want in North America. Wherever I'm not going to get killed, as long as I got my bros with me. What am I going to eat? How am I going to get super dialed? I got my feet on the ground every day. I'm sleeping on the ground, so electrically I'm solid and perfect. Probably going to live long. Probably going to get killed before I die. That's what's up. Probably going to get bucked from a horse or hit with an arrow at some point. We know bullets are coming if I live that long. But I'm a Comanche warrior today. What am I going to eat? I'll tell you what I'm going to eat. Probably my dad has taught me to hunt, and I've probably been practicing hunting and riding horse for the last decade. So obviously me, being me, I'm going to be super fucking dialed in that endeavor. All right, I want heart and I want liver. Because I know if I can get a pound of liver into me today, bro, I'll be good for a fucking week. If it gets lean and mean, I'm tight. I can ride my horse probably a month just off wrapping some organs. wrapping them in cowhide, deer hide, whatever we're using. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to wrap them up tight. I'll salt them for sure. And then I'll get I'll put some of the lean meats. I'll strap that in and salt the fuck out of it. That'll take care of me 3 months from now. And I'll live like that. And I'll continue to hunt now. Now I'm fed. What do I do next? Well, fuck, I gotta feed these women and kids next. Yeah, so if you're on an airplane, you gotta put the oxygen on yourself if the oxygen mask come down before you put it on the babies, because otherwise you'll pass out and then they'll die. So first you feed yourself, get yourself fed, get yourself dialed, get yourself super strong so you can't be injured. How do we do that? Well, let's just pick up that fucking rock over there that weighs 40 pounds. Let's move that around my skeleton system so I can wrap lean muscle around all my bones. Because that's what it's all about. Once you got lean muscle and once you can move 40 pounds on the outside of your skeleton, you're going to know that your fingers and toes are super fucking important. That's what being grounded is about. If you sleep on the earth, you know that you need to stay light. A fat person can't sleep on the earth. So, we're grounded. Now let's get strong. We use our fingers and toes. We pull everything from outside to in. We condense over top of it through our abdominals and our center of gravity from our spine and our tailbone, and we want to condense our ass cheeks a lot and stay lean and mean. You want heavy muscle on your ass and legs. It's nice as a man. If I'm going to ride a horse all fucking day long, I'd rather sit on muscle than bone. But that's me. That's how I like to dial myself specifically, and everybody's different. So when I get home, I'll go through some weak muscle chains of mine that I know I have, because I work on those 7 days a week. Six days a week I work on those. We'll do some content. We'll do it down by the beach. We'll do some push-ups in the sand, and we'll continue to get the steak that I have thawing for my Friday night steak heart feast that I have coming tonight. Because I stay dialed all day long and I don't even think about food till 4 o'clock. I drink black coffee and water every fucking day of the week. Because our bodies are so adept at storing fat, it's not even funny. Like, I have on me, right? Like, I'm probably 7 or 8% body fat right now, right? Should get it measured, but I haven't. I need to do that. But I have, I got fat on me I could last for months. I got calories around my midsection, even though I have a visible six-pack. I still have a nice, I got a month there. I know I could live off of it. That's how connected I am. Not only to my own metabolism, but to my own fat on my body. Because I do like to have some fat on my body, for sure. And, I like to have a month or two on me. Pretty sure in a month or two I can get more meat in a pinch. Plus I got my freezers. Even though I live nomadically right now, I still have meat distributed throughout the land. And because of my Carnivore Bro network, people buy me steaks every day. I'm lucky in that regard. So yeah, we got protein. I'm surrounded by protein. There is a protein matrix around me that I built. Some of it lives in Armstrong, and some of it lives in northern BC in bison that I have coming, and some of it lives in the Shuswap River and pork, that when my dad grows pork. And, I have access to beef all around me, and I got a bro out in Ucluelet, and he catches as much fish as I need, and I'll go fishing with him once a year because I like to have halibut in my freezer for show. And we'll keep strumming the bow, and we'll keep getting closer to throwing an arrow into the lungs of an elk. That'll happen at some point. And in the meantime, I'll set up the butcher shop and get up at, my goal is to be able to wake up at 4 o'clock every morning and go carve meat for 3 or 4 hours. And that's what my exercise blocks want to be for the new year. That's a tall order, but I want to put myself through that because I know how strong my hands are now and my wrists. Like, I got some fucking strong muscle into my forearms that I've built in the last year. So, I can carve all day long with those, and that'll put a brand new truck on the road for me. And that way I can deliver beef to Vancouver condos like the god I am. motherfuckers. We're going to get a beautiful pickup truck on the road, and we're going to get it dialed out as Carnivore Base Agency. So, time to work. The book's done, the website's next, and then it's all about just putting SKUs onto that website, day at a time, product at a product at a time. That's what we do. 365, 7, 24, 50 to 0. Get your Bitcoins, get your testosterone dialed, get ready, because if you're between the ages of 35 and 45, we've got territory to capture. That's the strategy. How do we capture territory, folks? We've got land around us that needs to be captured in the carnivore way. All right, boys, signing off.